Welcome to the Financial Pro Podcast.
So today is all about starting with the end in mind and thinking about where you are now versus where you want to be by the end of the year. Now, loads of people turn around and say you should set 10-year goals, 5-year goals, 3-year goals. For me, I've tried all of that. And actually, I just like to work on the next 12 months. And actually thinking about where you want to be in 12 months' time, or, December every single year, gives you a little bit more of an idea and a bit more context in terms of what you actually want to achieve. Because when you first start out, you're thinking hand to mouth. You're thinking about today. You're thinking about where's your next lead coming from? Where's your next piece of business coming from? But you're not actually focusing on, where do I need to get to? And nobody tells you this when you first go self-employed or when you first start out. But you need to think about, if your first goal is to get to £1,000 a month because that covers your outgoings, or £2,000 a month because that covers your outgoings, it's really important that you set that first step goal. And I like to use what's called good, better and best. So good would be covering my exes, which £2,000. Better is going to be £2,500 and best is going to be £3,000. But also you need to plan out, what does your business actually look like at the end of this year? Is it going to be just you? Is it going to be you plus an administrator? Is it going to be you plus an administrator plus an advisor plus marketing? Do you actually want to build some kind of business and have an office? And actually, where do you want to take this and where do you want to get to? Because I spent ages not actually mapping out a journey or a destination or setting the postcode in my sat-nav analogy and actually thinking, what does the end look like? What's the finish line? Where am I pushing to get to? Now, as you get closer towards your finishing line, that finish line is then going to move further away. But what are you doing it for? Are you doing it to have a really good lifestyle and earn £250,000 a year and then take some of that money and invest in property? Are you doing it so that you can create more freedom, more time, more lifestyle? Are you setting up your business so that you can go and work from a beach somewhere abroad? Because it's very easy to do in this job and in this role. Do you want to build out a company of 300 staff? What is the end looking like? Then you can start to work out what your 12-month goals are. Because I find from speaking to a lot of business owners, they don't know, they're living for today. They're not thinking about what does it actually look like and what happens when I get to that point. And as soon as you realize that, then it makes life a whole lot easier. So to give you a bit of context to this, I got back to the mortgage industry in 2016 after doing protection only for 7 years and building a successful protection only business, but one that I hated because of the lead generation. So in 2016, my whole purpose that year was to learn the mortgage market and write as much business as I can. And I did from 9 till 9 and I smashed in at a brilliant year, whilst learning how to use social media, whilst thinking about how I was going to, get to the point of making sure I understood self-employed market better than anybody else. 2017 became about writing my book. It became about more content. It became about video more than anything. It became about leveraging myself from working 9 till 9, 7 days a week, to how do I actually free myself up to do a bit of networking, to get myself out of the office and to go to that next level. 2018 then became about systems, processes. Do I leverage out the compliance and become an AR, or do I remain within my DA? 2019 was all about systems, processes and recruitment. So now I've got 7 people underneath the active team. And also in 2018, I was thinking, how can I remove myself from the day-to-day operations of the business? How do I stop myself advising? How do I take on advisors and remove myself from the day-to-day so I can run the business rather than advising clients? How do I do more lead generation? How do I do more content marketing? How do I focus on branding, which is what I love and what I do within Mortgage Pro? So understanding what your finish line looks like and where you want to get to enables you to get there. I now haven't done a mortgage application since April. It doesn't mean that I haven't had conversations, I haven't given some advice, I haven't done all of that, but the paperwork side of it, I literally get my leads in, I pass them on to my team, they do the fact finds, they do the assessments, they do the scrutinies, and I act as coach, mentor and guide to them. But I couldn't have done that if I didn't actually sit down each individual year and say, right, what is the end goal? I knew in 2016, even when I was smashing in 9 till 9s, that the end goal was going to be to remove myself from the day-to-day operation or day-to-day advising.